Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Wednesday, the 20th of December 2017. So yesterday on the pound, no signals, but the market moving higher before some selling came in. Tried to find some support there at the 20-bar average or just below it, then the selling continued. And then it was just down really for the remainder of the day, but it's only a 50-point range between the two lines and another 25 points on there, so fairly quiet yesterday, and you can see this the narrowest bar we've had for a few days in the pound as well. Still resistance at this level, and you can see the market coming off this on the overnight market at the moment as well. But we are heading into the holiday weekend, the Christmas weekend, so things are going to start getting quieter as we go forward. News, a bit more out today. 1 o'clock we've got President Wiedmann speaks. Carney's out, existing home sales and crude oil inventories. That's all you're going to get today. It's going to get quieter on the news as well as we go towards Friday. Be interesting to see what Carney's got to say at 1:15. That will affect the pound, but the Dow will already be in progress. But then again, the markets really aren't taking much note of what the central bankers have to say at the moment. In the Dow, bit of a pullback yesterday. As I said, we'd head back towards the all-time high in the 25,000, but there would be days when we saw the market pull back, and yesterday was the case. Started off with some selling. They did their best to buy it back here. We got buying pressure, but then it was overcome by the selling. Shake out the week longs, and then you see very high volume on this test bar here, and then we get some shorts being stopped out here. That's what this buying bar here is. As people are being short, they have to buy back. There's no follow through, and then we see the market come back down and retest the lows here. And once they've established that there is no more selling, as you can see it dropping down below the average line, we get a retest on higher volume here. You can see this one here, and then the market's all over for the downside, and the market trades sideways to higher. And then in the evening session, absolutely nothing really. We did see the market move a bit lower off here. We've got the setup for this. We've got the buying followed by the selling there, which you can see here as well, before the market moves back down to the 24,750 level. And then on the overnight, the market has moved back to the upside. So yesterday's daily or day pullback, which you can see here, the market now reversing and moving back to the upside. And as it heads back up to here, we want to have a look and see how prices are going to drive through. It's difficult to actually draw on 76%. I will attempt to do this, but I'm going to have to just draw it off the one bar because there's no low down here. What I was looking for was this, and then back up, but the low of yesterday's bar isn't lower than the previous days. So the way to do this is, I'll get it right in a minute, is to just click twice on the high of this bar, and there you can see we're going to run into trouble. Just widen it all out a bit. There you go. We're going to run into trouble around the 24,834. If we can drive through this, then we'll drive through the all-time high that we have there of 24,875. So the market more or less double topping yesterday. You can see that there, but failing to move high yesterday because of some profit taking coming into the market there. Right, let's have a quick look at the implied volatility. So just a correction to make first on here. Yesterday I had the volatility down at the 6% level, which wasn't correct. I'd actually put the S&P's volatility in and not the Dow's, so corrected that this morning. I thought it was odd that we had that big drop down to this level and then 909 this morning, so I went back and checked, and cock up on my part. Yesterday I was late to the desk, and more haste, less speed, I think, next time. So we can see that we've got the implied moving back up because of yesterday's down day to 909, which is in balance and in line, so that makes a lot more sense now. Otherwise, coming back off 6% to 9%, I was starting to worry there was something major going on in the background, but that's not the case at all. A bit more attention to detail required on my part. And let's have a quick look and see what Bitcoin's doing on the overnight market. This pulling back, you can see here we've got down 1,300 points. Big moves in this market. The last few days it's been red, and this is another day of red as well. Could this accelerate the downside and create a correction in this market down to this sort of level, to the 76% area? Who knows, but certainly it's in need of a really good shakeout before it moves back to the upside, that's for sure. And not only that, but if you've made money on this sort of a run, then you're going to be inclined to take profits as well. Right, that will do it for this one. There's no news to report. I've been through that this morning. Nothing jumps out. It's gone fairly quiet on the Bitcoin news front at the moment. Probably because it's been fairly quiet for the last few days as well, and moving back to the downside, taking a bit of the pressure out of the focus on this market. And of course heading into, let's say, the Christmas weekend as well. Right, anything to report, let you know. But other than that, as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next.